Module Overview. Composition is the invisible structure that holds a painting together. It guides the viewer's eye, creates balance, establishes mood, and communicates a message. In this final module, you will study the science and psychology of composition, learn how to develop and refine visual storytelling, and apply everything they've learned to create a fully realized painting or painting series as a capstone project. The focus of this module is on intentional design, visual hierarchy, and emotive narrative flow. You will explore compositional devices, rule of thirds, golden ratio, symmetry, asymmetry, leading lines, negative space, understand how to anchor focal points, and craft stories using symbolism, gesture, spatial dynamics, and chromatic influence. The module also covers concept development, sketching and thumbnails, color scripting, and iterative refinement, culminating in a final exhibition-ready painting that integrates light, texture, form, and personal expression. Learning objectives. By the end of this module, you will be able to apply advanced compositional principles across all three mediums: oil, acrylic, watercolor. Develop concept-driven, narrative paintings rooted in symbolism, gesture, and visual flow. Create multiple thumbnail sketches and compositional studies before execution. Use color, line, shape, value, and rhythm to control visual hierarchy. Construct focal points and visual pathways to guide the viewer's eye. Evaluate and revise works using formal critique language. Professionally complete, present, and archive a final painting or cohesive series. Section 1. Foundations of Composition in Painting. What is composition? The deliberate arrangement of elements in a painting to achieve harmony, balance, focus, and narrative clarity. Not just what is painted, but how it's structured. Key compositional elements. Focal point, S, the areas of strongest interest. Balance, symmetrical, formal, versus asymmetrical, dynamic. Movement, how the eye travels across the painting. Unity and variety, repetition versus contrast. Rhythm, spacing and repetition of elements. Negative space, the space between and around subjects. Section 2. Compositional devices and layout systems. The rule of thirds. Dividing the canvas into a 3x3 grid. Placing elements along lines or intersections for tension and interest. The golden ratio, PI. A naturally occurring proportion that creates harmony and balance, often used in classical compositions. Leading lines. Use of lines, implied or actual, to draw the viewer's attention to focal points. Shapes and gestalt. Theory. Viewers instinctively group elements using proximity, similarity, and closure. Compositional formats: L-shape, S-curve, diagonal thrust, pyramid/triangular, centralized/symmetrical, radial. Section 3. Storytelling and conceptualization. Visual narrative. Paintings can tell stories, convey moods, or express ideological, spiritual, or emotional truths. Story components in painting: characters, subjects. Setting mood, tone conflict, or interaction symbolism, e.g., a dove equals peace, broken glass equals fragility. Generating a concept: word association, stream of consciousness journaling, mood boarding, historical reference, or personal experience. Section 4. Sketching, studies, and planning. Thumbnail sketches. Quick, small drawings that block out value, shape, and structure. A professional artist may do 10 to 30 thumbnails before starting a painting. Color scripting. Planning color schemes for mood and consistency. Consider color psychology, e.g., red equals intensity, blue equals calm. Value studies. Testing light and dark arrangements to ensure readability and clarity. Section 5. Medium-specific final execution techniques. Oil painting. Use underpainting to block values. Employ glazing and scumbling to unify tone and surface. Build from dark to light, slow, methodical layering. Acrylic painting. Pre-mix color batches for consistency. Work quickly in sections to maintain wet blending. Use masking tape, stencils, and texture mediums to add complexity. Watercolor. Plan all whites and light values from the beginning. Paint in transparent layers. Avoid muddying colors. Combine wet on wet and wet on dry for variety and edge quality. Section 6. Final Project Guidelines. Capstone Project. A finished painting, or painting series of 2 to 3 works, that demonstrates narrative clarity, compositional strength, textural fluency, medium mastery, personal expression, presentation, ensure clean edges, archival finish, fixative varnish if applicable. Optional framing or mounting. Submit concept sketches, progress photos, and written reflection. Section 7. Professional critique and self-evaluation. Critique language. Use formal vocabulary, contrast, balance, focal point, rhythm, gesture, value structure, etc. Provide constructive, not emotional, feedback. Self-critique. Prompts. What was I trying to say? Did the composition support that? Where does the eye go first, and is that where I want it to go? What would I change if I started again?